Hello, this is Advanced Neurospinal Solutions, Dr. Roger Elmer, and I wanted to address one more time, another issue in this coronavirus drama. In fact, we're going to be continuing to discuss very important concepts that never get discussed in the media, scientific stuff that their experts aren't saying. And so today I'd like to discuss the difference between the virus and the disease. Now, there are those who want to say that it's very valuable to go into quarantine and to be protected. And I don't disagree that there are some groups that should be absolutely quarantined and protected. Why? Because they're in a high-risk category. And they truly are in a category where the problem could be lethal for them. And we're going to discuss that in another episode. But what is interesting is those people are all in one category, immunosuppressed, whether they're elderly, whether they're have a heart condition or some other disease process that drops their immune system, whether they have specific immune system issues. It's all a problem with the immune system. And so yes, they should be. I know my mother's in that category. She's dealing with a brain tumor, and she's had part of it taken out, and they are working with chemotherapy. That is destroying her immune system. She needs to stay inside and away from everybody else. She needs to not have contact with that. But there are just basic concepts in how the immune system functions, basic functions in physiology. Well, what's the difference between the virus and the disease? The virus is a thing that's coming into your body, and we talked about that earlier. And that virus is going in, taking up host inside of cells, using their machinery that usually they're making proteins and doing everything that they need to do. They're using it to make more of itself, and then they cut the cell open, they lyse the cell, and go out all over and take up new hosts. Well, that is what the virus is. The thing is, we have an immune system that attacks that kind of stuff. We have a part of the immune system, the Th1 system, that is the cellular response. It has the T killers, the T helpers, the T chemotoxics, T suppressors. They're all about getting the bacteria, the stuff that the helpers can see. The helpers can see that. The killers and the chemotoxics can't see. And so the helpers have to find it and go after it and attack it and call over the chemotoxics and the killers, and then they come and they kill it. Now there's a problem with viruses, viroids, and saying things that are smaller than that the helpers can't see them. And so the B cell, that's where the B cell system or the Th2 system comes in. The B cell system is effective in finding the little tiny stuff and putting a tag on it. You may have heard the term antibody. That's what they're talking about. The antibody is a tag so that the helpers can find the tag and therefore find the bad thing. And then the helpers and the chemotoxics come and they kill it through their processes. So there are those, that's basic physiology. There are those, and this is the category we never talk about. We always talk about those who get disease, those who get the disease. Some of them will not even know they had it. That's 80%. And of those 20%, some of them are going to have mild symptoms to pretty aggressive symptoms. And then there's the 1% of those who are immunocompromised, who this could be lethal. This could be fatal for. So we talk about those, but we don't talk about those who were exposed that saw the virus in their bodies, but figured out a way, because their immune systems were so resilient and so tough, they figured out a way to kick its butt without getting the disease. We're going to talk about what we're talking about is the difference between physiology and pathophysiology. Pathophysiology is I actually have to go into a fight like a disease process it's an absence of disease, it's an absence of ease, dis-ease. And so the pathophysiology is trying to literally save your life. Physiology is we kicked its butt before it did anything. And we have the formula for eradicating it in the future, so it's not a problem. We never talk about those people. It's kind of like the autistic kids. We're studying them really carefully and we know all about them, but we don't compare them to the ones who aren't. The ones with the normal brain, with both sides functioning, they've got all their skills, and particularly social skills and emotional control and ability to attend and change that attention whenever they need to and screen stuff out, all that stuff. We never study them and compare them and find out what's the difference and how do we get the autistic kids from here to there. Well, it's the same thing. We never talk about those who were exposed to it and didn't get it. Even with the plague, there were those who were exposed to it and didn't get it, much less those who survived the disease. And that's what we're not talking about. We're also in an era of media where everybody that's ever had it is included in those numbers. They could be through the virus. They could have gone through the sickness and now they're fine and they're not communicable, right? We're going to talk about that in our next video. We're going to discuss the difference between that part of the problem. But in all of this, the difference between physiology and pathophysiology, the difference between the virus itself and the disease process, which is a pathophysiological process. And most of those come out well. Well, when you think of that, see, everybody's hunkered down, scared to death to get it. If you are immunocompromised, you should be, because you're in that category. Well, you shouldn't get influenza either, because it'll take you. You shouldn't get any of the other diseases that potentially could take you. Okay? Well, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope this was helpful and clear stuff up. I don't even watch the television anymore. I'm done. I'm so sick and tired of hearing them say the deadly coronavirus. It is not deadly unless you're immunosuppressed. Almost the whole population, 99% of the population, is not considered fatal in this disease. And so hope you can relax and breathe easy, spend time with your family, deep clean your house, enjoy your time with them, and listen to great music and turn off the television, man. They are making money because you're watching, and all they're doing is whipping you into a frothy frenzy. They are bullies that are trying to take over your world. Don't let them do it. This is Dr. Amr, Advanced Neurospinal Solutions, and we're here when you're ready to take your life back. Thank you. Bye.